Guys, it's Hannah, and this is my literary elements first grade lesson plan. My teacher objective this week will describe the characters, settings, and major events in a story. For my review, the teacher will play a video on youtube.com on the parts of a story to refresh the kid's mind. And this will be it. Okay, so that's that. And I just hope that was a fun song to kind of explain the different parts of a story. My overview, the purpose and importance is to teach children how to read and be able to pick out the most important details in a story. My past would be last week we learned what the different parts of a story was. This week we will apply the different parts of a story to an actual story that we read. In the future, next week, we will learn how to retell stories. The objective is the learner will describe characters, settings, and major events in a story. My motivation, I chose the book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. And I will read the book to the children, and then I will also allow the students to snack on cookies while I read the book. So this book, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang his up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So, he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. So that would be my motivation, and as part of my read aloud, I'll bring in cookies, like I said, to let them snack on it while I read. My behavioral objective for my procedures is the learner will describe characters, settings, and major events in a story with 85% accuracy, and this will be remembering. My procedures, the teacher will instruct the students how to complete their worksheet called Picture the Characters. This will be their first activity they'll have to do, and this is what their sheet will look like. And here's mine. I actually completed one also. The teacher will give the students time to complete their worksheet. First, the student will write the title and the author of the book in the given boxes. The students will then draw a picture of the main character, which is the mouse in here. And then lastly, the students will write descriptions of the character's appearance and actions in the surrounding boxes. So I put on mine, he loves cookies, he's very active, he loves stories, and he's small. So they could really do anything they want on the surrounding thing. The teacher will then call on individual students that want to share their opinions with the class. And then for my second one, I have a worksheet as well. The teacher will orally go over the story question worksheet, answering the questions orally with the students. I will call on individual students to answer the questions aloud. So this is what their will look like. And then I actually completed it. The questions is, where does the story take place? It'll be at the boy's house. What happens in the story, beginning, middle, and end? He wants a cookie. He does things around the house. And then he wants another cookie at the end. How is the problem solved? He was given a glass of milk. Who are the characters? The mouse and the boy. Why did the problem happen? Because he ate a cookie. And then when does the story take place? During the day. So we'll go over that together. And then for my closure, the teacher will partner the students up. I will give each student the story question cube, which is like this, that has the same questions on it as the worksheet that was done orally with the teacher. So we'll have these exact same questions on there. The students will cut it out and construct it into a square, which will end up looking like this. Once they are finished, they will take turns rolling the cube and answering the question that they rolled. This way, if the student does not know an answer, the other student can help explain the answer to them. So they'll just take turns, everybody will have their own, they'll roll it and answer questions. For my homework, the students will have a handout sent home for them to finish. They will read the short story and answer the 3 questions after reading. So this is their worksheet. They'll read this little story and then answer the 3 simple questions. And this mainly is just, again, helping them pick out the major events in the story and the main elements. For my early finishers, the students will have a worksheet that they will complete on the story, The Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, sorry about that. For my early finishers, the students will have a worksheet that they will complete on the story, The Little Red Riding Hood. They will have to match the word to the picture and glue the appropriate one in the correct box. So this is what it looks like. These are the boxes they'll cut out. And then they have, like, Little Red Riding Hood would be the character. And it's just, like, the pictures will show what these words are, and they cut these out and glue them in the appropriate box. For my special needs, students with a reading disability will work with myself or paraprofessional on the different literary elements and what they mean. Students who are English language learners will work one-on-one with myself or a paraprofessional. about the different literary elements and what each one means. We will practice picking these elements out of the story. So I'll use this story again, and we'll go over kind of picking out the elements while we're picking those out and so forth. For remediation, later in the day, students who need remediation will be placed in a small group to go over the story questions again with the teacher, which will be this worksheet. Also, they will have to highlight we will discuss why these questions have the answers they do. So we'll kind of go through and again, kind of like with remediation, figure out why we chose those and why they had the answers they did, and just kind of go over the story some more. For enrichment, students who need more enrichment will have a worksheet that they will complete. They will have to read the story and then answer the following questions. Also, they will have to highlight the answer of each question with corresponding color. So this is theirs. This is their little story they have to read, and they have 5 questions. And when they answer it, it tells them the color on these 4 that they have to highlight their answer to that question. And then the bottom just asks, if you could bring 100 things to school, what would you bring? So they can kind of give their own answer on the bottom. And that's it for this week. Thanks, guys.